Today we'll be diving into phone systems, which is the lifeline of any business. It sounds super simple, but I've seen this on a lot of the job boards and people curious of how we can set this up. You'll hate to have a single point of failure. You'll have missed calls, feeling overwhelmed. That one person answering phone calls will be super frustrated. This leads to missed calls, voicemails not being returned to the next business day, and that's lost revenue. When you're just starting out or you're working your way up to a first million, you really don't want to miss the opportunity to answer phone calls. When we first started, my dad was using his cell phone. He wouldn't be able to get to all the calls as soon as peak season came about. And it wasn't because he didn't care, it's just he was just too busy. We'd get voicemails and we wouldn't get back to those customers. And that means we're potentially losing leads, which means revenue. So that's why it's really important to set up a really good phone system. You don't want a single point of failure. A single point of failure means you're gonna miss a lot of calls, which means you're gonna have lost revenue. And that's why we switched to a VoIP system. We use 8x8, but you can also use RingCentral or Google Voice. They work similar, but it's a soft phone or VoIP, if you will. You can use an app or you can use your desktop or Mac or tablet, whatever you use to run your business. And you can transfer that number over, or you can start with a new number. That creates an opportunity for your staff and automations to work. When setting up your VoIP system, you have two options. You can use your current phone number, which you can port over, whether you have Verizon, Sprint, T-Mobile, or another service, or you can create a brand new number. That's when you can get that 800 number or that 888, or a local area code for the area that you service. Either option will work. We went with the transfer, and then we ended up giving my dad a brand new phone number that he gave to his friends and family. And then from there, you can go ahead and set up your system. Once you have that phone number set up, incoming calls will be able to go to that VoIP number, and you can either have a round robin setup or simultaneous. Simultaneous ring means it rings to everyone at the same time. Round robin means it takes turns. So if you have 3 different people that have numbers under your main number, it may ring, say in my case, me, then my dad, and then the admin team, or all of us can get it at the same time. And that's what I'm showing here, which is, it doesn't matter which option you pick, all of these can work. We currently have it set up where it's an incoming call, it goes to our main number, and from that it goes to the AI. We use Good Call. That AI will either take a form, so it asks if they want an estimate, and it'll just take all the information and just email and text us with that information saying that they got a new lead, or it can answer basic questions or take a message if someone elects that. If they ask to speak to a human, it will go to an answering service, and then they email and notify us as well. We only call back leads or people that leave messages, or someone the answering service let us know about. And this is a much better system than missing calls. Obviously, if you're watching this, there's other ways to set this up. I'm just giving you an example of how we do it. I wanted to break down the concept and the how-to of setting up the phone system. I'm gonna take you behind the curtain and show you our system and how it's set up. So I wanted to show our system on the back end. So this is Good Call. So you come up here and you get a Good Call phone number. What you have to set up here, you can set up your website or your Google Places. I have the $100 a month version. You see how it has a greeting. So it has logic here. So if you click in here, it says logic. So like, are you calling for an estimate? Depending on what they say here, it will go ahead and go to the next stage. So depending on what they say, right here is the active. So you can type in what they're going to say. If they say yes, it goes into this flow. This flow is a form. That form captures their information and sends a link. If they say no, it'll continue and say, hey, understood. We can help with scheduling quotes, provide minimum pricing, answer any questions, or leave a message, right? So that's what we have here. You can upload documents if you want, or FAQs. It reads your website. So some of these things I put on here, like what are our prices? So if you click in here, it shows our minimum prices. And it says this to the customer. We got open hours, services we offer. So this is just, standard questions that they can give. It also has stats in here. So you can kind of see how many links were sent out, which sends to our website so they can fill out a form, how many calls were transferred, how many answers were given. And then it shows you like your total calls that came in, how many customers, which would be anybody they took an intake form or talked to. So there's different customers in your system. Teachable, this is the AI. When the AI gets stuck on something, it's like, hey, we can maybe add this as an answer. So that's how this works, right? So this is your 8x8. Again, you can use RingCentral, stuff like that. It gives you a lot of options here. You have your users, the different phone numbers that you'll have, your auto attendance, things like that. So if you go on the phone numbers, please don't like blow us up. But You have our main line, which is what everyone calls, and this is who we forward to, which is Call Boss. We have our AI ring group, so that means everyone gets in that group and get a call. Right now, it's just the AI. So inside of here, you have Call Boss, so it has set up how they get calls or their emails, how our emails, and if you hit edit over here, you can like really go down a deep list of options. So you have your username, you have your licensing, you have the phone number that it was given to you, extension number. You have all these calls here. So like how you forward calls, if it goes to voicemail, why. So these are like controls you'll have on the back end. This is our auto attendant. So it plays a little prompt when someone calls in. So this is what's happening when they call our phone number. It goes here first, but then it's being forwarded to that AI, which is the good call. So good call would take the call and either answer their question or send it to our admin team. Another thing here is that group I was telling you about. So once you go into ring groups, it shows you the forward. So if the call comes to us, we will get that forward saying that it's a forward from AI. That's what this means on the back end. I just wanted to show you guys some of the back end stuff. And again, this is the 8x8 back end. The other ones may look different. You can also have recordings, recorded calls here, things like that. The other good thing with the AI here, which I'll probably have to blur out names. I don't know if any of these are like spam or something. But it also actually records calls, which you can see the numbers here on the side. So you can actually hit this and play it back and listen to it from Good Call, which is really cool, even if it's forwarded. I'm hoping this video is very helpful for you. If you need any help in scaling, remember you can always join our school community, which is Home Service Scalers, and we have a lot of content and a lot of how-tos on there. You can find more info below.